Hello guys, welcome back to Math from my desk, and in today's video we'll be solving this integral right here, which I saw on a picture that basically tells you if you get the first few digits of this integral, then you get free Wi-Fi. So let's solve this integral to get the free Wi-Fi. So we're being asked to solve this integral from -2 to 2 of x cubed cosine of x over 2 plus 1/2 times the square root of 4 minus x squared with respect to x. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to expand this. So we multiply in square root of 4 minus x squared by x cubed cosine of x over 2 and by 1/2. And what we're going to do is we're going to divide this integral up. So we have the integral from -2 to 2 of x cubed cosine of x over 2 times the square root of 4 minus x squared. And then to that, because of the symmetry, we're allowed to do another integral from -2 to 2 of 1/2, and since 1/2 is a constant, I'm actually just going to put it here, plus 1/2 times the square root of 4 minus x squared. We can do that because of the symmetry, dx. So now the tricky part is going to be to evaluate these integrals. So for the left integral right here, the integral from -2 to 2 of x cubed cosine of x over 2 times square root of 4 minus x squared, forgot the dx here. How do we solve this? Well, it's an easy trick, honestly. What you have to do is, when an integral gets really hard, you can look at it by odd and even functions. And that's what I'm going to do here. So just a quick reminder, what is an odd function? An odd function is something like if you have f of -x, it will yield negative f of x. And an even function, if you have f of -x, then it will just give you f of x. So that's what odd and even is. Now x cubed, it's an odd function, since negative x cubed is negative, so it's an odd function. Cosine of x over 2, it's an even function, since cosine of -x over 2 is the same thing as cosine of x over 2. Then the square root of 4 minus x squared, this is also even, since if you have -x squared, like inside the parentheses here, if you add a negative, then it will still yield the same outcome since it's being squared. So what you have is an odd function times an even function times an even function. And what does this give you? Well, odd times even will give you odd, and odd, so this is odd, and odd times even again will give you odd. So this results in an odd function. And since it's an odd function, we can say that this integral right here is going to be 0. So we have a big 0 right here. Now let's figure out the integral on the right. We have 1/2 times the integral from -2 to 2 of the square root of 4 minus x squared with respect to x. So here, it's really about being able, you could use, I assume, trigonometric substitution, but it's really about being able to recognize that this square root of 4 minus x squared is simply a semicircle with radius 2. So if you were to draw it like this, it would go from -2 to 2, and it is a semicircle. So the radius is 2. So this is what you should recognize about this function square root of 4 minus x squared. So how do you find the area? Well, the area of a semicircle is a equals 1/2 pi r squared, and our r is 2, so a is equal to 1/2 pi 2 squared, which is equal to 1/2 pi times 4, which is equal to 2 pi. So this right here is simply 2 pi. And then we're multiplying it with this 1/2 right here. So we have 0 plus 1/2 times 2 pi. What is 1/2 times 2 pi? This is simply pi. And so this right here is really the answer to the problem. However, we do have to type out the first few digits, so let's just do it. 3.14159, and it goes on and on and on since it's irrational. And so this is how you get this free Wi-Fi. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you soon for another video, and please subscribe.